Thank you very much. Let me first make a little a comment that could be considered a little catty. You know, I just appreciate the fact that you can sit there and smile and bring us this report that that you put together, and I know how hard it is to try to work within budgets now. I have received so many calls and letters from organizations expressing concerns because they feel that the non-federal stakeholders, school districts, universities, science museums, and many other nonprofit organizations had no opportunity to have any input. So I'm hoping that you will continue to work with that. And in view of that, I noticed that you have Smithsonian as the lead agency, and I'd just like to have some rationale for that and how they feel about it.
Well, I'm happy to take that on. First of all, the rationale for it is the Smithsonian has enormous experience and expertise and success in programs of engagement, of reaching out to very broad communities with educational materials, with inspiring materials. And we feel that by giving the Smithsonian a coordinating role in those engagement activities, we will bring more coherence and coordination to them, and we will have in the Smithsonian a sort of a central clearinghouse for the development of new materials in which all the mission agencies will contribute. The idea is not to eliminate access to the assets of the mission agencies that have been engaged in this multiplicity of outreach programs. We're reducing the multiplicity in the agencies, but a lot of what is being reduced in specific named programs in the agencies will be picked up and coordinated by the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian has an Office of Education and Access. They have an Assistant Secretary for Education and Access. They have an infrastructure. They're getting $25 million to do this. Our expectation is that this will actually improve the engagement activities in the STEM ed field across the federal government.
Thank you. Now, I take that $25 million too and be with a smile on my face. But I can understand they have no federal research facilities. They have no external grant-making power. And not having the kind of national stakeholder networks that have been built over the decades with these other agencies gives me somewhat of a concern. Have you set up some type of communication network that would perhaps bring a bit more expertise or knowledge, or do you plan to staff it with someone who's had experience in some of the labs and other scientific endeavors?
Well, first of all, we already have the Smithsonian engaged with the rest of COSTEM in the process of working out in detail how this reorganization would be implemented if, in fact, it's approved by the Congress. And the Smithsonian folks who are participating in that process have pledged to interact very closely with all the mission agencies that they would be helping with their public engagement efforts. We intend for COSTEM, the Committee on STEM Education of the National Science and Technology Council, to be the continuing forum where all of these stakeholders come together, where they can express their concerns if they have concerns, if things are not working out as planned, if important activities are being neglected. COSTEM will be the forum where that comes out and is addressed. And I can give you my personal commitment as co-chair of the COSTEM, in addition to chairing the NSTC, that we intend to carry out that function.
Okay, so you will have active participants helping to develop this effective network to carry this out. Would this be an additional staff, I guess, with the $25 million, if you would put together expertise?
Yes, there will be additional staff at the Smithsonian, and again, they will be interacting with staff across all the mission agencies and, of course, in the Executive Office of the President.
Thank you very much. I yield back.